Welcome back, everybody. That song was brought to you by Jay-Z and the good fellows over at Rockefeller Records. This is She and I. I am your host, Beloved. And like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
India Marie and Beloved, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Monday. Give it up for yourself one time. Fresh off of fall break, right back in your earlobe or for your visual pleasure. Here we are. I hope y'all missed us because guess what? We sure in the hell miss you. I went out and got a suntan. I didn't know you can get a suntan on your lips.
What?
My lips, look at my lips.
You do like you smoke a little bit.
I got a lip tan. I didn't know you can get a suntan on your lips.
Well,
Is that crazy?
You don't believe in putting on sunscreen, so.
Ain't nobody putting on sunscreen on your lips. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
they do.
No, ain't that. You ain't gonna make me believe
They have
that.
face sunscreen. They actually have chapstick sunscreen, too.
Ain't no. If y'all believe that, then I gotta bring you in Brooklyn to
Blake
sell
and I used face sunscreen.
No,
and our
I
lips
believe
did not
that.
get darker.
But you put the sunscreen on your lips?
It's a face stick. It's for your entire face.
So for your lips too.
Yeah.
The only screen I want on my lips are some more lips. A vagina screen. Tell them, man, listen, we've been gone for 2 weeks, man. I gotta come back ready to pod.
Oh, Lord. Have
She be
mercy.
playing. I'll be ready. So first off, I'm gonna do it in reverse order. We just got back. We went to homecoming. Give it up for homecoming. MTSU, what's up, talk?
MTSU homecoming.
Went to homecoming and we took our son. I didn't know how old I was until I pulled up with my kid. I'm like, oh man, am I that guy now? Like I'm showing up to events with my kid. Mind you, my kid is the coolest ever, so I don't mind. Like, he can go anywhere with me. But pulling up with him made me realize, like, God bless. Not only am I old, we've been together a long time, man. I said, whew.
Yeah.
I need some, you know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
We've been together for a real long time.
I know I'm sick of you and you sick of me because I went and took a trip down memory lane. She posted a photo on Instagram, so y'all go check it out real fast. So I said, shit, let me go look and see the first homecoming that we spent together. It was so ridiculous that I had to screenshot it.
We didn't spend that homecoming together.
I'm
You
saying,
didn't even want to be in
listen.
that picture.
I was trying to be secretive, right? But she was mine.
We weren't actually dating. We were probably screwing like once a month. But
You crazy. I was beating that thing down at least minimum once a week. I'm talking about
weren't.
knee deep.
Are you confused?
She couldn't get enough. And she gonna sit there in front like I wouldn't.
You were not.
But I know for a fact I would go to her apartment, put her on
once a month.
Put her on the bathroom sink and commence to Pound Town.
No.
If you know, you know.
You didn't.
That's why if I didn't do it, that homecoming and other homecomings after that,
Well, after
she
that, we
wouldn't
were
be
actually
with me with child at this homecoming.
No,
Come on,
after
what's up?
that homecoming,
Talk to him.
we were actually together. So that was different. But that homecoming, we weren't together. But that was the first one that we were actually. It was a group photo. That's the first picture that we were photographed in. And he didn't want to be in the picture.
You listen. Y'all know she was talking about you messy. You know the last episode. She tried to sneak a photo of your boy before, so don't. And she posted it on Facebook. Who owl you?
No, I didn't post the first picture of us.
I'm gonna show y'all.
Oh, you talking about at Dominique's house?
I'm gonna show
Dominique
y'all
and
two
Deanna's house.
Not only did she post a picture at that time, I had a motorcycle back then. Only for the ladies. Only for the ladies. I didn't have a motorcycle to drive fast and race people. What? Why am I impressing other guys? I had a motorcycle to pull up on beautiful young ladies. So anyway, peacocking, like they would call it. She had my helmet in one of those pictures from back in the day too. Yeah, my motorcycle helmet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When she wasn't really supposed to have my helmet.
But anyways,
if you know what I'm saying.
He always wanted to be around me, so
you were
that's your
fun.
problem.
You were listen. You were. I'm talking about The fun girl, you stayed up late at night. You talked all night, listen to all type of music. You were just down for whatever. You were 19. You were just down for whatever.
I was 19. I was living my Glorilla life.
Hey.
Back then.
Say, no, that thing fat. That's all you need to know. And
I was on my Glorilla then. I didn't care about anything.
Now I'm talking about everything bothers her. If you breathe hard, sneeze loud, cough, walk too hard, everything bothers her now. Back in the day, pop on the back of a motorcycle in the blink of an eye. Now she don't even want me to drive fast in the Mustang. You're driving too fast.
I never wanted to ride the motorcycle. Tell the truth on why you sold it.
Oh yeah, you told me to sell it.
Yeah,
I tell everybody that. Yeah.
Like I ain't never liked his motorcycle.
When you ready to commit, you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, neither here nor there. We were at homecoming. I realized that, man, we've been talking for such a long time. I said, what is going on? Like we were together in the glory years. You were almost like my college sweetheart. I was your college sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I had multiple. Never mind.
I ain't never seen a nigga that was in so many long-term relationships. That nigga loved the long-term relationships.
That's what I'm saying. Be loved, baby. I like being committed to multiple women at multiple times.
So he said, when we first started dating, he said, my relationships don't last longer than 3 years.
I be in and out.
And he was like,
3 year lease.
He was like, I don't know. He was like, 3 years, shit hit the fan. He was like, he told me, he said, if I make it with you past 3 years,
tell him.
You the one. He was like, we gonna get married. And obviously, us dating for 3 years didn't bother me because I was so young. So, their 4th year, he proposed.
See what I'm saying? Because I made it past the 3 year threshold. Now listen, I know y'all might be saying I'm crazy, but yeah, I'm like cars. You get a 3 year lease on me. Then for the young lady, she gets to go get a new car, another guy. For me, it's the opposite. Somebody gets to pick up a used car, but I'm a good used car. I'm talking about like they ain't used like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you mean.
Neither here nor there. I just wanted to start off. That's one place we've been. Now I'm moving back.
But
go ahead.
I didn't know how Blake was gonna do out there for homecoming.
Yeah,
it was really like I don't have nobody to keep him. I didn't plan to participate in homecoming this year. I said I wasn't going to. And then my friends kept asking me, was I going to come? So I was like, all right, I'll come for a little bit. So I was like, well, let's just take Blake. Like, people bring their kids to homecoming.
That's a nasty thing now.
That's just the age that we are. A lot of people got kids and they be having their kids at homecoming. So he went out there and he had a moment. He was very shy at first. He cried for a little bit. We did some breathing exercises. He came back down. Then he found some kids. And he had a time. He had a great little time.
Can we say who the kids were?
No. We're not going to say who the kids were. But he did find some kids.
It was funny to me. Y'all asked me offline.
But he thoroughly enjoyed playing.
Look at this picture.
With these kids.
I'm going to post it later.
Anyways, that was homecoming. Before homecoming, we had just come from
fall break. That's what we're going to get into. I told y'all that we were going to fall break, a little fall break vacation. And I told y'all that, you know, the logo, vacation, sex, the great reset. None of that happened. None of that at all. When I tell you my girl complained from sun up to sundown about how tired her body was, how my hips hurt, my feet hurt, been walking too much, my body ache, I said, man, I'm going to leave you alone.
It wasn't enjoyable. Well, I would say this. The Atlanta part of the trip was miserable for me. Except for like the first day. Because, you know, he went down there and he was at one music fest and it was just me and Blake.
Shout out to my boy B-Tump and Brittany.
The first day, it was just me and Blake. It was great. We had a great time. We went to the museum. The museum was super cool. We went to the Fernbank Museum. And
say that again. It's like you said sperm bank. Say that again.
Fernbank.
All right. Sheesh.
And we did. That day we had like a really good time. We found us a little taco spot that night. We picked up tacos, ate it in the room.
Yeah.
I DoorDashed Tiff Street's cookies for us. And
mega balling.
No, it wasn't DoorDash. I just did the Tiff Street's delivery because I had a Tiff Street's gift card. So I got us some Tiff Street's delivered to the room. We sat up, watched movies, ate cookies. Like
you owe me an apology too.
And then the next day, I was just exhausted. I took him to the Children's Museum, and something told me to go to the aquarium and not the Children's Museum. It was so fucking chaotic. Like, it went nowhere for me to sit. It was just too much. And then I ended up getting stuck in Atlanta traffic. And so by the end of that leg of the trip, my body was in so much pain that I was just like, I'm ready to go. Like, at that point, I could have skipped Florida and just went home.
I wish I would have known. God bless. So much money. I'd have got me a refund. You feel?
But we made it to Florida, and that was nice.
So you got to tell them where we went, man. Come on, talk about it, because I want more of my people to know about it.
So we went to the 38 area of Florida.
Yeah.
Which is,
Seacrest
from what I can tell,
oh, sorry, go
ahead. It's like a long string of like private beaches, right? And so the beaches are absolutely beautiful. It ain't no trash on the beach. It ain't no seaweed. The sand is soft and white. The sun is beautiful. And
hold on, I gotta say this. Let me say this. White sand, white houses, and white people was all we saw.
Honestly,
it was amazing though.
The white people, no, that was not amazing. It was strange. It was not a single other black family.
Bro, I feel like we were in Get Out for real
in that area. Like he said, we were in Seacrest Beach, which is between Alley's Beach and Rosemary Beach.
Yeah.
And I did not see a black family until the night before we left. And they weren't even on the beach. They were in like the little shopping area getting out of the car. So they looked like they were probably like just coming in town. But I was like, I assumed that all the black people were in Destin.
And listen, it's no knock either. I don't think we know about it, right? One of my homegirls, shout out to my girl Jessica, she told me about this a long time ago. She was like, hey, me and my family, we go here every year, have a big family trip, get a big house, and we all do it. She been telling me about it. So now I'm like, all right, cool. I got to go check it out. Anyway, it was time for fall break, and I booked it 2 weeks prior. She been on my head. You don't spend enough time with me. You always on the go now. The baby's hurting. We got to go on a bump, what you call it? A bump vacation. What is it called? A babycation. What is it called? I forgot.
A baby moon.
A baby moon.
But
we got to do all that.
It's I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
Please do let me get off.
I'm going to save it for the therapy session.
Let me get off. So anyway, we did it. I booked it 2 weeks prior, right? So she was excited. I was excited. We didn't know what to expect when we got down. I didn't know what to expect. When we pulled down there, it was exactly what everybody had been telling us. It was beautiful, right? Like she said, from the beach being clean to no seaweed to like white sand, blue water. It looked like you were in another country. They have these 3 cities or 3 small towns that sit right next to each other. Each one of them have a different theme and a different feel. So when you go to them and when you go to your private beach, it's immaculate. I'm talking about you walk on the beach, you see straight through every jellyfish we saw before it came and stung us.
There are other beaches along 38, but that's like what we were closest to, and that's what we could see. So if you're like, okay, I want to go to the 38 area, just like Google 38 and like look at all the beaches and see like what those towns have.
For sure.
And then, figure out where you want to go from there. But it was so peaceful. I guess some people do know about it because
Sia, shout out to Sia.
Yeah, Sia ran into Sia at homecoming. She said that they had spent fall break in 38. And she said they usually go to Destin and they wanted to go somewhere different this year. So say all this to say, take your families down there. The Airbnb was perfect. We got there on Monday. We didn't touch the car until we were leaving on Thursday.
Rode bicycles.
Yeah, I'm finna say everybody rents bikes.
She's upset.
You keep saying I'm upset, and then I'm gonna have to really tell you why I was upset. And I don't feel like doing this right now.
We having a good time, but we be bad. We missed a week.
Okay, well then don't mention me being upset no more.
I'm talking about you upset about the bike hurting your butt, not when you were upset about me.
Man, I didn't even want the bikes.
I know you did. I want you to experience it. Me and Blake wanted the bike. I had to convince her to get on it. And she didn't have a bike. What did you have?
It was a
tricycle.
It was a 3-wheeled bike.
My girl riding around with a tricycle. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of that too. I'm gonna post it.
Wasn't nobody on those but old people.
And you.
And me.
She saw it. She got so excited. I want that one. I said, it's the one you want?
No, that's not what I said. I said, if I'm going to do this, you probably need to get that one because it's more stability. Because it has 2 wheels on the back.
Though. I
was never excited about the bike. It amazes me how lack of attention you, like, that you pay. Like, you just don't be knowing.
You get busy. You look cool, though. Look at you.
Yeah, no, I hated it. My hips were in so much pain.
I need to pay more attention, obviously. So continue on. You're talking about the Airbnb.
Yeah, so our Airbnb was actually in this little village. Mm-hmm. Or I guess it's the best thing to describe it, but it had like apartments and it also had like 3-story townhomes. And so we were in an apartment and it was right in front of the pool. Mm-hmm. So our entire vacation was like wake up, eat, beach, eat, pool, eat.
That was it. that was really it. And you know, that killed my soul.
And I wasn't looking for anything other than that. So like, I had a couple people ask me like, did y'all do any like activities? And I was like, we weren't looking for activities.
I was looking for activities.
I just wanted to do nothing. Like
that was our whole plan. My intentions are always to go out and do. So the bikes, that's where the bikes come in, right? When we go out, she's the beach bum, lay here, catch a tan, feet in the sand. I'm the one that when we go to vacations like that, I want to go swim with the dolphins, get on a jet ski, hang glide. I want to do everything. Now that she's pregnant, I know all of that was off the table. Even my kid. Dad, let's get the bikes. He just like me. He was ready to do what I wanted to do. But we had to respect mom and the baby.
The bikes was the only thing that Blake really wanted to do. Blake is really more so like me. He is very overstimulated. And when it's time for him to go back to the room and rest, like, he's like, I'm done. Like, he had several moments like that in Atlanta. He was like, Mommy, I want to go back to the room.
Because he like hotels.
So he likes to relax too. So, but like I said, it was a very relaxing beach trip, which is what I prefer if I'm going to the beach. If I want to explore, I'm going to like cities with really good architecture. Like if I'm going to a city like New York or like Chicago or something like that, then yeah, I want to walk.
So let's do a ranking. This we're gonna start doing on our vacations when we get back. I want you to rank this vacation on a scale to 1 to 10. 10 being overall best, to 1 being we could have said our ass at home. Tell me on your scale, where would you rank the Seacrest Beach Vacation fall break?
Oh, the beach itself, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
All right. So what about location?
The location is same.
All right.
For other reasons, I'm gonna give it a 7. The overall experience of the trip.
Overall 7.
But that has nothing to do with the beach. Go to the beach. I give the beach, where we stayed, the places we ate, a 10 out of 10. They ain't had no nasty food down there.
I gotta stop. I'm gonna give the food also. Well, I'm gonna give the food an 8. Let me tell you why. All of the food was overpriced.
All of it was overpriced.
One day, I love my wife, man. I say it all the time. I know things that she likes. She likes healthy food, vegan, vegetarian. That's her style. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit. I found a spot, vegan, vegetarian juice bar. Raw juice is what it's called. So I woke her up and said, hey, we're going to drive the bikes down here about 0.2 miles to the next town to go get some breakfast or whatever. She was like, cool. Woke up. I'm going to tell y'all what we had right now. 2 cold pressed juices. All right. You probably thinking to yourself, 10 a piece, $20. I had eggs, salad, a little salad, and what else came with
it?
Potatoes. All right. I'm not going to tell you how much there was quite yet. What did you have?
I had avocado toast with an overhard egg on top.
Stop right there. My son had French toast. So out of all that, looking at 20, the rest of this should have been 10. We end up paying
$65.
No. Plus tax. We end up paying $75 for brunch. Yeah, I pay $75, bro. I can go pull it up right now.
It was a
That's
lot
the
of money.
only part I did not like.
It was a lot of money.
Pay $75 to eat. At that rate, my stomach started to hurt.
Now, I will say this. Like, next time we go, because I do want to go back.
Give them a pro tip.
We'll definitely cook some of our meals next time.
Yeah.
It's just now I'm pregnant and like honestly, like standing up for long periods of time just tears into my back. So I just wasn't interested in cooking. But next time we go back, we'll definitely cook because I found a Publix that was like 6 minutes from our Airbnb. And they would have had everything that we needed to cook. And our Airbnb had everything. Weird. The Airbnb didn't have a stove, but they did have like a toaster oven, microwave. We could have grilled at the pool. You know, we could have done stuff like that. So next time we'll definitely plan to at least cook like breakfast and lunch.
Correct me if I'm wrong out there, world, but I'm under the impression when you go on vacation, you do not cook. So I've always thought that we are on vacation, there shouldn't be a meal cooked. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. Without vacation, I'm feet up, kick back, having a ball.
But on that day that we spent like $70 on brunch,
yeah, we probably should have
spent like over $200 that day, that one day on food. So that was the biggest ticket of the whole trip. Like the food was far more than what we paid for the Airbnb. That Airbnb actually wasn't bad at all.
Wasn't bad at all.
Especially considering we booked it 2 weeks before.
2 weeks, pull the trigger. I feel like this is not even a relationship. But fellas, I'm going to tell you, if you can, and you see your wife right now, she may be going through some shit, your girlfriend, ladies too. If you see your significant other right now, they going through something, and you got a little time, you can take some time off from work. Slide a little vacation in there real fast. It ain't got to be long. I feel like you're going to build it back up. You're going to hit the reset button. Things are going to come back together. Now, when you go on a vacation, you just can't worry about the funds. Just go out and have fun. However, if you can do it, I say pull the trigger. It ain't even no relationship.
I do think that, dang, what was I finna say?
Ain't no telling. I'm ready to pod. I got something to talk about.
No, it was something else about the trip that I was about to say.
I might remind you because I'm about to talk about it some more after I do this.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
That's what before I get to the main, you know what you're about to say? Before I get to the main subject at hand today, I do want to say she owes me another apology, right? On the way down to the great state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta, we're driving in the car and she looks me dead in my face and says, I don't think you booked the room yet. I had a strange feeling last night.
That was when I woke up this morning.
I have a strange feeling that you did not book the room. And if you did book the room, I need to see it. You were like, she was pressed, right? I'm talking about pressed about the room. So I kind of got a little heated because now I'm thinking that she like doubting me. Like, you can't ban this. Why you doubting me? I'm your husband. I'm supposed to be the one that's taking care of this stuff. What I look like not booking rooms for my family, right? Pregnant, wife, and son. So we drive and we get to the place where we're going, get to Atlanta, pulled up to the hotel. Boom. Got a room. Am I right or am I wrong?
You did get the room, but the only reason why I was feeling the way is because he had given me like 3 names of like different hotels in the past week. And I was like, nigga, are we staying at the Embassy, the Hilton, or the Georgia Terriers? What the fuck are we staying? Like, and so
don't matter.
he
Just know I
knows
got
that
us.
because like how anal I am, I do like to know all the plans. And I've said this
just can't
before,
relax.
I'm a bit of a room snob. Like, I will walk into a room and if I see the smallest speck of dirt, I'm calling them immediately. Like, either transfer me to another room or have somebody come in here and re-clean it. Like, I'm not staying in anywhere. Like, I cannot.
I fuck around staying a hole in the wall if you ask me. I would whatever.
And so,
real.
Like, generally, I just think that hotels are disgusting. And I think that Airbnbs are disgusting as well. Like, I've had some pretty bad Airbnb experiences. You know, oh my gosh.
You want to tell them about a long time?
The worst one that we've ever experienced was in LA.
We talked about that. We're not going to rehash
that was in LA.
We're not going to reheat old French
fries.
So
I'm like iffy on Airbnbs too, but Obviously, if you want to travel, you got to stay some places that are not yours. But like I said, he had given me 3 names of hotels. And I was just like, you're not being very clear. You're not being very vague. Like, are you sure that you have it together?
I'm me. What did you expect? If y'all came out to homecoming, you came out to the tea party, you saw the vibes. I'm not going to put anybody up in the place that I don't think is like upper echelon at this age. We too grown, man. We got to do better. We got to do better for ourselves. Talk about it.
I will give him his props. We ended up staying at the Georgian Terrace.
What kind of room?
And the Georgian Terrace is right across the street from the Fox Theater in Atlanta. And we ended up in a newly remodeled 2-bedroom suite that was so spacious. And honestly, like, of all the suites we stayed in, this was by far the biggest. Like, this damn suite had 3 full closets in it. It had 2, like, full bedrooms, like, bed, door, like, TV, dresser, like, it had 2 full bedrooms. So,
You want to say something out loud? What you thinking?
It was nothing.
Okay.
It was like very nice, and that's probably why Blake didn't want to leave the hotel, because he was like, he said, "Mommy, this is the nicest hotel I've ever been in."
And then, so for me, the reason why I did it like this too is because I knew I was gonna be out, right? I'm gonna be out all day with the homies. We're gonna be kicking it, living our best life, doing our thing. So the least I could do was put them up in the place where they can feel like they're at home. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be experiencing the nightlife and have these two coming back to the hotel room after a long day in Hotel Indigo. Nothing wrong with Hotel Indigo, but if you've been, you know how big the rooms are. I didn't want them to feel like that, so I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? If I got to work a little extra and they got to make me upset at work, we'll handle the cost on the back end, you know? She'll make that mouth do what they do later on. But for right now, I went ahead and booked the room for her.
It was so funny. I was like, maybe he's trying to have sex in this little 2-bedroom situation.
Bro, you
and that did not happen. Bear and I actually did not sleep in the same bed.
Because my son.
The entire trip until the very last night. And even then, it was all 3 of us. So.
Stage 5 clinger.
Yeah. Blake is just so attached to Bear right now. And the first night we got in Atlanta, he was like, I want to sleep with my daddy. And because I'm pregnant and I have like my pregnancy pillow, I need as much room as possible. So I was like, well, fine. Like, it's not a problem. I'll just sleep in the other room. You know, not a problem. Then the second night, Bear was at one music fest and I had to go ahead and, you know, take it down. It was time to go to bed. Blake didn't want to sleep in a room by himself. So the second night, I slept with Blake. The third night, Barrett actually came back from one music fest pretty early. It was like 9 o'clock. And I was trying to put Blake to bed, but he wasn't asleep yet. So as soon as he heard Barrett come through the door, he wanted his daddy in the room with him. So the third night,
going on, man.
They slept together.
That's my guy.
When we got to Florida, Barrett wanted to watch football every day. Blake did not. So I was like, well, baby, it's fine. Just come in here with me
on vacation
and we will watch a movie. So every night, that was our routine. Let's watch a movie. Well, naturally, like, we both fell asleep on the movies. So then Bear ended up sleeping. Bear ended up sleeping up front. Then me and Blake ended up sleeping together in like the main bedroom in the Airbnb. And so
it's crazy.
The last night I was like, well, Bear, honestly, this bed is very soft. Like the damn bed was like, you should come
in here with us. You're welcome.
The bed was like, I don't know. It must have been a Tempur-Pedic mattress. It
was something. It was fire, though.
But the bed in the Airbnb is softer than the bed that we got in our house.
I still ain't left him a review yet. She's a phenomenal host too, by the way.
So I was like, well, shit. You paying for it. At least experience the bed.
Man, listen, I wanted to experience something else that I pay for on a regular basis, but I ain't get to do that. So
I told him to come into the room, and Blake just would not sleep by himself. And honestly, like, Bear and I were just so tired that we was just like, we don't even feel like arguing with you, bro. Like, at this point, it's just not even worth it.
Yeah.
To just be here crying over this. So, we don't have that problem with him at home, though.
No,
like, he sleeps in his room with the door closed, light off. Like, when it's time to go to bed, he go in there, he take his head to sleep. But vacation,
out of town. He like, I'm gonna clown out of town. He does not
like. So the hope is that when his sibling gets here, they can just sleep in the same room and he can feel comfortable because he's with his sibling.
Are we gonna tell everybody the sex of the baby? Because I almost said it again. I be trying to stop myself. Y'all want to know? DM me. I'll let you know. You're not gonna tell anybody? Just gonna wait? I just want to know because I'm gonna slip one day.
I'm just not pressed. I mean, I did tell a couple people at homecoming.
Okay.
People at homecoming was pressed. So Cicely came up to me. She was like, aren't y'all doing a gender reveal? And I was like, girl, no. We're not doing a gender reveal. We're going to do
a podcast gender reveal.
No, we're not.
On one of the, like, no, man, let's do it on the episode. And the results of this baby in India's tummy, we're going to have a manila envelope.
No, we're not. Maybe I'll try to figure out how to.
Wow, I like that idea. Let me know if y'all think it's a fire idea.
Maybe I'll try to figure out a way to incorporate it into our like maternity, like family shoot or something like that.
Man, I just told you I wanted to do it, and the results are in. Have Maury open up the envelope. Anyway, all that to say, fall break was a blast. I'm back and I'm ready to kick some podcasts. You'll get it later on. What I really came to talk about, what really struck a chord with me when we were out, like we getting old, said that from homecoming, all this stuff started to like weigh on me. One of my best friends, right? Single as a dollar. Y'all make her an honest woman out there. Somebody good for her. I thought now at the big age that we are you dating? And I got this from my homeboy, shout out to are we dating for resources or romance? Where are we dating? And if I'm asking you that question right now, if you say we are dating for resources, does that make you a gold digger?
No, so I think you kind of got to be careful with that wording. Like, are we dating for resources? No, not necessarily dating for resources, but I do think that we're at the age where you know what kind of lifestyle you want to have.
So you're dating for resources then.
And if you're able to maintain that lifestyle for yourself, then I don't suspect you to go and date somebody who is not able to provide that same lifestyle or better for you.
Okay.
It's like I was watching Tracy Ellis Ross on Kevin Hart's show on Peacock. What is it called?
I don't know. Oh yeah. What is Kevin Hart's show called? I forgot.
But anyways, I think he asked her about dating.
Heart to heart.
And she basically said, she loves her life. And in order for her to settle down with somebody, she would have to find somebody that makes her life so much better than what it already is.
Okay.
Because she's built this amazing life for herself, and she's not interested in jeopardizing that with somebody who's not able to make it better than what it already is. So it's like in a situation, like you talking about your best friend, Ashley.
How you always call her name out like that? She may not want. I didn't say her name, but go ahead, keep going.
Okay, but what I was gonna say is that like I feel like she does really well for herself.
That's what I'm about to talk
and
about.
She has already like done the things that people who are dating when they're young and kind of build like when they're young and like grow up together.
Yeah,
like they do those things together. But I feel like she's already done those things for herself.
Okay,
so I feel like whoever ends up being her like life partner is going to be able, like he's going to have to come with something better than what she can already do for herself. And so, I talk about this with my friends who are in their 30s all the time. It's like,
why you gotta say that?
Because I feel, I tell people, like when we talk about it, it's like, because you've already done everything for yourself, what more can the man contribute to your life?
Okay.
And so this person has to be so special and feel you so much.
Go ahead, keep going. See, now I think you're pinpointing men too.
That is worth it. Well, I can't talk from the male's perspective because I'm not a man.
You're right. Keep going.
I know the women that I surround myself with, and they all do really well for themselves as single women.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
And so, like, I have a friend who, you know, she really wants to be married. She really wants to have children. And so, like, she's dating, and, you know, there will be guys that come up that just don't have it. And I'm like, what are you trying to build with this person? Or do you even see yourself building something with this person? Because you already have all these things for yourself. What exactly can he add to the equation other than really good sex?
Well, it goes a long way if you're knocking them walls down.
No. At that point, you got to bring way more than sex.
Okay. Listen, I agree with you 100%.
Everybody can have a casual sexual relationship.
Well, I'm going to read you something else real fast. So it says, the tweet came from, my guy always sent me this. It says, I'm telling you, in these trying times, romance is what gets you in the door. Resources are what make you stay. So like right now, right? I was to see you out, boom, I romance you, tell you everything great, tell you everything good. When we get together, you find out that I'm lacking in certain areas when it comes to employment. I'm lacking in certain areas when it comes to drive, and you are the age. Do you stick around and help me build, or are you going to be out the door?
At this age?
Yeah.
No. I don't think I have to stick around for that.
So you're saying at that point, once you find out my resources are limited, to our romance or intimate growth, you out the door.
Yeah. So
because my resources are limited. Not because my romance is limited though, right?
Yeah.
You a gold digger.
Because I'm willing to ask. I'm not a gold digger because I may not want you for anything, but who wants to be with a person that doesn't have drive?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. You do everything else right. Every other checkbox is... You're romancing me. You're taking me out on dates. You're doing everything that you should be doing. However, your job might be an entry-level job. You may be in between jobs at the time. And you, at this time, make more money than me.
Well, making more money than the guy.
Okay.
I don't think that's as big of an issue.
All right. Keep going.
Like, women are out here getting to their bag. Like, I feel like any woman, if you so choose...
You're right. So I'm about to read you some more stats.
If you so choose to want to play that role in your relationship, you absolutely can. Like, I have multiple six-figure friends, okay?
Tell them, let me hold $5.
So... The money is like, it's not necessarily about the money. Because at this point, I got my own money. I don't necessarily need you for your money, but it would be nice if you did have your own money or make money. I honestly think it depends on the type of woman you are, right? Because say, for instance, you are making six figures and you meet a guy and y'all are married. Y'all get married. And let's say it flips.
Okay.
And y'all start having children. And then she decides like, hey, I think I want to step back. And like spend some time at home with the kids.
I got one that did that actually.
Yeah. So then it's like, then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, maybe the money does matter now.
Yeah.
But every woman does not want to play this role. Every woman doesn't want to be at home with their kids. Some women do really want to be in the workforce. Like, so it depends. Like, and that's when it becomes important to find somebody that have the same values as you. So
I'm gonna read you this real fast. So this says a lot of Americans are single today more than 30 years ago. More than 30 years ago. In 1990, just 29% of American adults were unpartnered. Also today, 51% of 30-year-olds are unmarried. Okay. So that's what they're saying. Or unpartnered here. Yeah, so, and I mean, that number could even be bigger. Like, think about how many couples we've seen announce divorces. Yeah.
here recently.
I'm about to announce one. You doubt me again about that hotel.
So, please. So, like, when you're talking about the single 30-year-olds, I do think we are in a time where people are just very, like, a lot more particular about what they want in relationships. And people do not have the same values in relationships as our parents did. And people are not willing to put up with the same things that our parents put up with in their relationships. And so I think like the 30-year-olds is like, we're the generation that saw like our parents and like other older relationships, and we know that it just didn't work.
Okay.
And now we're kind of like, I just don't want that for myself.
I'm going to add something else in there too. I do feel like right now, if I were single and I was trying to find a mate, somebody to spend the rest of my life with, I'll be honest with you, I am looking for somebody who can contribute to the overall success and partnership of a marriage. Now, back in the olden golden days, you brought two families together to combine their wealth and keep the family going, make the family unit stronger. Marriage at that point was a business agreement. I'm watching Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon right now. It's so much incest going on in that show because they want to continue to make their house and their family strong. This cousin will marry this cousin because the bloodline will continue on for ages and years to make everything stronger. Now, on a more familiar scale, you will be sent to marry this young man because his family has something that this family can also barter and put together to make an empire, to build a legacy. So I do think, thinking about it right now, if I were to try to find somebody, I am thinking about that. Like legacy acts, especially right now. Who can I go out there and find, I don't know, somebody who does video work? You know what I'm saying? We can pod together. We can do a video together. You do this, we do that. We bring it together and boom. Shit, for all intents and purposes, I know one of the homies that did just that. And hats off to him. Like, listen to me right now. I applaud this fellow for what he did. Not how, anyway, this is what I mean, right? You bring two things together that can build an empire. And then I feel like those resources are great. Now, once you combine romance and resources, I think you get something you never thought you would have. And that's an empire or a legacy that can last you for years and years. Now you don't got nothing to say.
No, I mean, I'm just going back to the original question. Like,
yeah, are you considered a gold digger though?
Yeah.
No, I just had to ask because once I put the question in my phone that we were going to talk about today, I was like, but does that make somebody a gold digger now? Because I want somebody that has resources that we can combine. No, I think that's what marriage is supposed to be.
I don't think it makes you a gold digger. I just think that you have standards for what you want out of a relationship.
Yeah. Like,
I would never want to be with somebody that's not thinking about the future of my children. Mm-hmm. You know, I would never, like, under any circumstances, because I know, like, when you come from a family that struggled, you got two options. You can continue, you can make a choice to continue the struggle, or you can figure out a way to end it there. Mm-hmm. And so I can't find anyone or be interested in anyone that's going to keep me there. Like, if we can't elevate past that, I'm not interested. And so I don't, like I said, I don't think that makes me a gold digger at all. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be with somebody who is going to make me live the same lifestyle that my parents saw.
Right.
That I saw with my parents, because that's familiar to them. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people struggle with that too. Like, I'm content with this because this is what I saw growing up. This is what, this is what I feel like works. And I'm like, but you can change that.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a mindset of like, you should always have the mindset of gratefulness for what you have.
For sure.
And where you are in the moment. But I also want someone that is going to want to strive for more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, where else can we take this? And so, like I said, I don't think it comes down to being a gold digger. But we know that romance alone is not going to sustain a marriage.
I agree.
So it doesn't matter like how good the romance is. There's so many different categories to think about than just romance. Mm-hmm. And if you can work through them other categories, then yeah, that's probably your person. But if it ain't going past the physical attraction, you whining and dining me, and us having, sex.
Why you gotta say what sex?
Well, because the door is open, we're recording, and Blake is downstairs.
And knowing him, he might be right outside this door listening right now. Who knows?
Yeah, but I want someone who is very clear on the fact that I want to build something for my future children so that they don't have to struggle. Like, our kids should not have to go to work. I mean, like, they shouldn't have to go to school.
It's work now.
And worry about how they're going to make their money.
Right on.
I want our kids to be able to go to school and focus on school. Like, that is the type of future I want to build.
That's a fact.
For my kids.
That's a fact.
Because it is a distraction. Like, I think about how much I had to work. I think about the fact that I had my first job when I was like 14. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And while that did teach me to be very responsible, I'm probably like... and it's probably like why I'm so serious about stuff too.
All the time.
It feels like I had to grow up very early. And so I don't want my kids to have to do that. Like, I just want them to...
have a good time.
Be kids.
Play. Go outside. Get in trouble. But nah, I'm with you though. So yeah, all in all, I do believe that romance gets you in the door. Resources makes you stay. If we can combine romance and resources, well, we'll get married. That's what, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it is. Now I gotta hit the button.
And it's important to talk about this stuff before you get married.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got
know
married.
What you get into.
We got
I
married.
Had no resources.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got married so young.
She look good. What was I thinking? Sheesh. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
We got married so young that we didn't get to have these conversations.
We ain't know no better.
It wasn't that we didn't get to have them. It's just we didn't know that we should have been having them.
Y'all getting free game.
We went to premarital counseling. It was just kind of, it's like you go to premarital counseling, you talk about these broad topics. So it's like
stuff.
It's like intimacy, finances, children. Yeah. It's like very surface level things.
But you don't explore like goals and aspirations that you and your partner may need to talk about.
Where you actually see yourselves as a couple 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line. Like, what's the ultimate goal for your marriage?
You know what? There's something that we went to therapy that Mr. Mickles pointed out to me that I kept going back to. I remember like it was yesterday. He asked what the marriage looked like for her and what the marriage looked like for me. And the word that he told me, I kept saying it was a partnership between two people to build something. He kept saying, you always say partnership, like work, like business. And that's truly what I believe. And we talked about it or whatever. And we talked about how we can blend the romance and the partnership together to help our marriage. But I kept going back to partnership. Remember that?
Yeah.
I got in trouble. Remember?
Yeah, because also like how you just can't have romance, you can't just have partnership either.
I was gung-ho on
it. Because he is just very business minded. That's kind of how he treats everything in his life. And so
we gonna talk about that next week.
When you're with someone who is looking for more than just that, it's like, yeah, we can do all the business stuff we want to do. Like, honestly, when it comes to like ideas and events and like we're really good at that. But it's the intimacy and the romance. That is what we had started missing. It obviously hadn't always been like that, but in that time, we...
Then you gotta look at me like that. I see you cutting your eye talking to him.
I would say we're still missing
ain't no shame
a
in
big
it.
part of that piece.
And we're gonna talk about that next week. Why? Because we just gonna talk about it next week. I'm gonna compare us to the GOAT. I'm not gonna tell you who the GOAT is, but we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my...
Well, there it is. Then listen, hey man, y'all go out there and find y'all somebody with the resource and the romance to get the shit done. Hit the button.
Now unqualified advice from Be Love and Be Love.
I got the keys, man. This is why I love homecoming, because we bring people back together, right? Man, how much I missed my best friend, man. Like you never know how much you miss somebody until you see her. I talk to her quite often, mind y'all. But to see her in person is different. And we talk about things because she's a single woman. Thank you for calling the name out already. But she's a single woman. And she said what she's looking for right now is somebody to love her out loud. And I said, well, should I tell everybody that? That may need to be my relationship. So, fellas, what's up?
Speaking of loving out loud, I have a friend who is in a new relationship.
Yeah, she was loving out loud this week.
She was. And I told her.
I never knew that about her.
And so I think that all women want to be loved out loud.
Okay.
And so I kind of compared like this new relationship to past relationships. And I felt like this was the first time that I truly felt like she was being loved out loud.
And she was having fun with it too.
Yeah. Okay. And so I 100% agree with that. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be loved out loud. If you can't show it to me out loud, I don't want it. I don't want to be your secret.
That's what she said on the phone a minute ago. She said that if we are going to be together, I want somebody to take control and let me know and show me how much they love me. I don't want to have to guess and figure it out. I want you to see me, put your arm around me, smack them cheeks. Let me know that you love me. And I said, man, that's she love me out loud. And that's what I want from somebody. And I think guys want the same thing. I think guys want a woman that's gonna love them out loud, unless y'all out here doing
what does
dirt.
that look like?
That's a great question. For a man.
For a man.
You're right, for a man. Being loved out loud is being appreciated, first and foremost. What I mean by that is, I want you to tell your friends, like, hey, how good I'm doing, or how, like, well that I'm doing, in not the romance category, but in, like, hey, he treats me right, taking me on dates. Like, brag on the stuff that we do. Let it be known. That's loving me out loud. I may be a little bit conceited when I say that, but I also want you to come around me. You know, when we are together, when we are apart, I do want you around me. I do want you to come up, show me some love. You know what I'm saying? Come snuggle up into me a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
I can always, it's funny because it's like he just don't be knowing how to say it, but I can always tell when he actually like really wants me around.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll be like,
I like having pretty women around me.
He be like, India, do you want me to? He be like, do you want to go here with me?
And I'd be
like, do you want me to go?
And sometimes you need her
instead
around.
of just saying like, I want you to go here with me.
Well, if you know what I mean, translate that and bring your ass on.
No, because sometimes I just want, because again, like you, by me saying yes, I want to go with you, it like that is speaking to you and making you feel loved. You just straight out saying like, hey, I want you to be here with me is how I want to receive it.
Well, see, we both
like
can
I don't want to
something.
have to guess.
We both can do it, right?
And then like another thing that you said when you mentioned, you just want. You know, basically, you want recognition, and you know, you want all of that. I saw something on Instagram like a month ago, and the person was like, "Stop talking negatively about your spouse to your friends and to family members and to people in general, because
don't talk bad about me.
You're the person that married them.
You made this bad decision.
That is more reflection on you.
Poor decision making.
Than him. And so
Don't blame me because you said yeah.
I think about that, and so I think that it's important to, and I also think that this is how you kind of manifest better in your relationship.
She getting her manifest bags
by appreciating more of the good things and speaking on more of the good things, because like the more that you're grateful for it, the more you call in.
Deep.
And so, you know, if it is always negative talk, that's more of what you're gonna get back.
I was just gonna refer to the song Beyonce and Destiny Child made. Say my name, and you got deep manifesting and all. But I agree with both of those. Manifest and say their name. When no one is around you, say, baby, I love you. You ain't running game. So, yeah, that's what I had to say, man. Love your ladies out loud. Even if y'all been married and dating for how long? Since that homecoming picture I posted up.
I think we're on 12 years now.
Even if y'all been doing all that rocking for 12 years, she still want people to know that you love her. Like y'all just met. So, hey, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, I just told you what men want. We just want to be recognized. We want a little snuggled up. Like, I want you to come with me. I want my lady around me. That's what I want. You can't say that for everybody. And fellas out there, I heard from two, but they like PDA. I seen my girl dancing all up on her man this weekend having a ball. I couldn't believe she was doing that. Anyway.
I have a friend who she said that every day she just like it makes her husband feel so uncomfortable. Every day she just walks up and hugs him.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I
like she just walks up and hugs him every day.
You don't like hugs though, so I ain't gonna never have to worry about that happening.
If I wanted to truly change, then that is probably what I would need to get over like my uncomfortableness.
I thought I saw somebody
when it comes to that. Homecoming was actually really hard for me, which is why I didn't mind leaving that party early, because like people just like to touch pregnant people. And so
she don't like to be touched.
I mean, from women to men, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, y'all really, like, you really have to consider the fact that people might have trauma around touch. People may just not like to be touched. Yeah, like even now, like it's hard because Blake is very touchy-feely.
And I can tell she'll tense up like, relax your son.
Yeah.
She a big ball of tension. My son tries to touch the baby. I almost did it again. Tries to touch the baby. And she'll... But then she'll relax after he comes in for the love. But in the beginning, when he runs up on her, it's like a frozen situation.
Well, now, because now he kind of announces what he wants. Like, he'll be like, Mommy, I want a hug. So then I give him a hug. He's like, I want to give baby... He'd be like, I want to give baby...
We just gonna tell y'all what
the
baby is.
I want to give baby whatever a hug too. And then he'll hug my belly and then kiss my belly as well. And so it's very sweet. But like I said, I think that him just letting me know, what he's doing doesn't make it so bad. I mean, we had a therapist tell us this before too. Like maybe even to Bear, like maybe, announce what you're about to do.
He did.
But like just like give her a heads up.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. He did. He said that. This is not even a relationship. Ladies, it's about to be basketball season. Leave that man alone. Let him get ready to watch Bron. Dame Dollar. Tomorrow is going down. And I don't know if y'all just heard, but my son said this our time. So India, tell the people where they can find you.
India.Marie on Instagram. That's all you can find me right now.
You already know the vibes. And we got to, listen, as soon as the baby comes, she and I date night dinner. What did I call it? It's the dinner date night. What the thing we said we were going to do at the place in East Nashville. Anyway, she and I date night dinner party. This is what it is. I got it out.
Oh, like an event that we're planning to do.
She and I date night dinner party.
Now I'm letting y'all know this right now.
It's well on the way. It's 100% on the way. I'm not even joking about that.
I'm letting y'all know this right now.
Here she go.
the closer I get to the end of this pregnancy, the more exhausted I get. Now, once I have this baby, there will be a break. Okay? So just letting y'all know.
What kind of break?
We're going to be taking a couple weeks off.
A podcast break?
Yeah.
Man, I'm finna have the fellas on here.
So
special guests on here.
For like
I ain't stopping.
The entire month of, depending on when this baby comes, either in December or January, for at least 4 weeks, I will not be recording an episode of this podcast.
We just finna load up before that time gets here. Thank you for telling me. I'm doing 2 episodes
but
a week.
I'm taking a podcast maternity leave.
I'm taking 2 episodes a week. You can find me at BigLove1911 on all social platforms. Please follow She and Our Podcast on Instagram. Like, share, tell a friend, tell a friend. Head over to YouTube for the visual experience. Oh, the vibes are definitely there. Check it out. Like, subscribe, bing, bing, hit the button right there. And also leave us a message. She and Our Podcast, gmail.com. We love to hear from you. We love to see what y'all got. I gave her a break. She didn't have to do her segment today. She'll be back next week. In the meantime, in between time, it's been real. It's been fun. I out.